Good morning. It's Pastor Martin, coming to you from the beauty of my backyard garden. This morning I want to read a couple of stories, as we've been doing, out of the book Little Leaders, Bold Women in Black History by Vashti Harrison. Today's story begins with Mary Bowser, who was born around 1840. Very little is recorded about Mary's life. What we do know is that she was born into slavery in Richmond, Virginia, around 1840. She was purchased by the wealthy Van Lew family as a companion for their daughter Elizabeth. The Van Lews were no ordinary family in the South, though. They had a secret. They were Northern spies and abolitionists involved in the secret Underground Railroad. Prior to the war, when Mary was a teen, Elizabeth granted her freedom and arranged for her to receive her education in Philadelphia. Mary wanted to assist the Van Lews in their efforts against the Confederacy. At the time in the South, it was illegal for a black person to have an education or to even read. For that reason, no one would ever suspect Mary was a threat. As a slave, she could hide in plain sight, so she agreed to go undercover as a slave in Jefferson Davis's Confederate White House. While cleaning, she would steal glances at Confederate memos, and while serving dinner, she would eavesdrop on conversations between Confederate officials. She passed information about the troop movements and army plans to Elizabeth, who passed them along to Union officials. Rumor has it that Mary had a photographic memory and was able to read a page once and recite it back word for word. After the war, Mary educated freed slaves and traveled around the United States giving speeches. For a long time, she was careful to conceal her true identity, using a variety of aliases. Eventually, she disappeared completely, but she is remembered. In 1995, she was inducted into the Military Intelligence Hall of Fame. And there's what Mary might have looked like. The second story is about another person named Mary Eliza Mahoney. Mary grew up before the American Civil War as a free woman in Massachusetts. Though as a black woman, her career options were limited. Mary knew that she wanted to be a nurse. When she was 18 years old, she started working at the New England Hospital for Women and Children. But she wasn't saving lives yet. She had to work as a cook and a scrubber. Although Massachusetts was a leading state in the anti-slavery movement, discrimination and segregation were still a way of life. The hospital, however, prided itself on the fact that it treated both black and white patients. It also had a nursing program that admitted one black student and one Jewish student per year. They considered this quite progressive. Mary worked on the hospital staff for 15 years before being admitted into the nursing program in 1878 at the age of 33. That year, 42 students were accepted, but only 4 graduated, and Mary was one of them. As a private nurse, Mary had an incredible reputation as being patient and skillful. She traveled around the East Coast, and her work helped challenge racism in the South. She was soon inducted into the American Nurses Association. In 1908, she helped support the founding of the National Association of Colored Graduate Nurses, which later named a major award in her honor. Mary's nursing career lasted 43 years. She was recognized as a pioneer, and in 1976 was inducted into the ANA Nurses Hall of Fame. Her old hospital in the New England Hospital for Women and Children, renamed the Dominic Center in 2007, features a new healthcare facility named after her, the Mary Mahoney Center. I hope learning about these important women of history makes a difference in the way you see yourself and the impact you consider having in the world. Have a great day, friends.